Hey everyone, today I am bringing you a Op03 Law deck profile. Now I say Op03 because the deck is made to play against the decks I expect to see in Op03, however none of the cards are from Op03. So if you wanted to practice with this deck, you can start doing it now, I guess, which is one of the reasons I am showing this one first out of all my Op03 builds. But let's get right into it. So a lot of it is very similar to Law that you would see normally. You have your Otamas, you got your Namis, you got your Robins. I guess Robin's a little bit different, but you got like your Sweet Azoros, you got your Laws, your Bonnies, your Restand Laws, your Choppers, your Dadars, your Marcanos, all that normal stuff. Now the stuff that's a little bit different, and I'll go over all the reasons why I've got them, is first of all, we don't have any Vistas and we have 2 Robins. Now, near the end of OPO2, we had a couple of Law builds do well, which ran 4 Robins and no Vistas, 4 Robins and a couple of Vistas, and they also ran Jet Pistols. So I've completely cut out virtually all removal from this deck because it's just not necessary in OPO3. If you look at the decks that you're going to come across, you've got black, you can't remove their blockers. So the only thing you're removing is like their 5k and their 6k swings, which is fine, but for 4 Don, you can generally get a bit more pressure just attaching those 2 Don swinging. 2 Don times 2, sorry. If you look at Red the only blocker Red runs now is Marco, so sure you'll be able to get rid of their board a little bit, which is why we still run Robins. But you're not getting rid of any blockers. There's virtually no green. Yellow doesn't run any blockers, and blue doesn't. The main blue deck you're coming across is Nami. If not, it's probably Ivankov or Dofi, and even then, they're not running many low to the ground blockers that you don't need at least an Otama to be able to clear. So Robin just isn't as Robin/Vista isn't as valuable in this format. So the reason we're calling Robin is it is searchable off Nami. So running the left, even though we're running less, more likely we're going to see it. Now the other kind of stuff we're running, I've got the Luffy's. You see a decent amount of Film Zoro run in OPO2 format with Law. I find that I have enough bodies I want to play. So the reason we run Zoro is it's a Straw Hat and it is a Supernova. I've just decided to run Luffy. Same thing, except Luffy's a 2k counter in hand, and I like running more 2k counters. So pretty straightforward. We're cutting down our blockers. Marco and OPO3 gets rid of blockers pretty easily. But besides that, it's going to be a lot more, a couple of big swings, right? Like yellow, a couple of big swings. Red gets a bit more into those Marcos, those teachers, a couple of big swings. So having 1 or 2 blockers is very valuable. So we still have our 6/1 cost blockers, but we just don't need as many, and just means we're able to counter stuff more out of hand. The other cards we're running more of is, as I said, big attacks, right? Big attacks is format, so we have Radical Beams. Radical Beam, as everyone knows, super cost efficient card, 1 Don, 4k counter, very effective. The other one we do have in here, which is a bit different, is we do have the Basil Hawkins. Basil Hawkins really good in this format. If you're just looking at the decks, I guess you can expect to see yellow, big bodies. Hawkins pretty efficient at moving big bodies because it's 2 swings into it. If you swing like 8k in a category, that's at least 2 cards out of it. The hand just for attaching 2 Don. If you look at black, if they have like black has a bunch of blockers, so if they want to block, you get a second attack with Hawkins, which is amazing value. You look at the main thing for me is Basil Hawkins against Red. Is this a 2 swings into teachers / Marcos and that kind of stuff, and that really just gets cards out of their hand. Especially because you just kind of want to attack 6 into them, because otherwise they'll just discard event cards and keep them alive. So that's kind of the gist behind the deck. Let's get ourselves into some games and see how it works. Now mind you, I am not a Law master. We're just going to be playing some games for some fun, so let's get right into it. Alright, so we get into a game. We are against Whitebeard, who's chosen to go first. The same kind of sucks, so we will mulligan. Try to get some searches, which we do find the Nami, which is always really nice. Seeing a Whitebeard want to go first is a little bit interesting, but I guess it's not the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I'll grab the Chopper. Whitebeard doesn't have too many things to remove my board up until their turn 3, and we should be able to shambles. Actually, we probably can't shambles by then. because that is going to be their next turn when they get a Marco. So it was, and they just got an OP02 Marco. Okay, so not the worst thing in the world. We will take this. Let's hope they do not have a OP03 Marco in their hand. You know, I probably could have just blocked that with Chopper, but playing Law, so we do like to go as wide as we can. Do I get Chopper or Nami here? I think we just get the... Let's get the Nami. Let's keep the cycling going. Let's play the Nami. You know, I will be honest, as I said, I don't play Law too much. So I'm very mad at my own sequencing right now. I don't think Rom's going to help us too much, so we're just going to get the Zoro. I'm going to attach it on. I should have really done the math first and attached the Don first, just in case that was a scary trigger. They haven't said no triggers yet, so I'm slightly worried it's like a sequence or something. Nothing. Okay, we'll just get past it. They're taking their life early. Now, there's a decent chance, because we are playing on the sim, people still play Whitebeard. So we may be up against a Whitebeard here. I'm not going to block, I'm going to take it. Now, the reason for this is if they play Marco, they're not playing Marco, okay. Actually, they attached it on, so I would have known they weren't playing Marco, but we still wanted as much of the board as we can get. And this is where we really need to start to stabilize. We're going to play Bonnie and hope to find a swap Law. Look at that. How efficient. We'll attach one Don here, and we're going to attack 6k into lead. If there is something in his hand which can hurt us, like hurt our swap, we have enough Don to play one of these 1 costs and still be able to swap. My plan is to play the Law. Wow, they have a big hand. Big hand, okay. My initial plan, ooh, the rabbit being himself. I'm okay with that. My initial plan was to play the Law, which I think I'm still going to do. So we'll pick up the Darn, because we do run Marconos. We're going to play that and use card action. Do I return Bonnie to hand? I do have another Bonnie in hand, so it's just going to be like playing a Bonnie, and it gets 1 swing away. And I can always block it with this Law. Kind of like that. Let's return Nami and play back down to Darn. I really like this. That made me feel good. So we'll end turn. We've got enough for the Radical Beam. But the reason I didn't pick the Bonnie back up is because I have another Bonnie. I can just take the free block here. I do have a Don available for Radical Beam. If they want to attack this Law, they can attack this Law. My Bonnie survives. Like, sure, we kind of want Law to survive as well, but Bonnie survives pretty good. Realistically, probably should have played Zoro. Cool. They just spent a bunch of Don to do something they essentially could have anyway. Ooh, trying to get rid of both my blockers. Now, I could Radical Beam +1, which doesn't seem like the worst idea in the world. It means we get, because they're going to be on 0 Don, so it means just we get more swings, which I kind of just like. At the moment, I believe we're healthy enough. Let's Radical Beam, give them Nami, and resolve attack. I believe, oh, they still have leader attack. That was a bit silly. It's okay. That just essentially counted as a block. That was a bit silly by me. But we'll pretend to not notice it. We'll use leader effect to get ourselves another Law, so we have a blocker available. I think we're going to play Nami here. Grabbing the 2k Luffy. Very good. Probably the Brooks one, the better ones to play here. I do want to swing decently hard here. But I also wouldn't mind finding a block. You know, 1 block is probably enough. We're still pretty high on life, and we have a bunch of defense in our hand. So we're going to deploy the Brook, attach 2 onto our leader. Use effect to pick up Nami, that card attack to play the Law. Use card action to pick up the Brook. We'll play the Zoro. 7k swing. We'll make it 8, and we'll get a 6k swing over here. So we'll swing 6 first. They attack into my Zoro. We're happy for them to attack into Zoro this next turn. Realistically, we're looking for a Law double swing with this restand Law. But the idea here is just to get 3 cards out of their hand. Because I got super thick hand, got rid of 1. With that Law swing, we'll get rid of 2 with this Law swing. There's 1. We're about to see it. Second one. We'll get rid of another 2k. Let's scary. They still have an 8 card hand. We have a 9 card hand, so we're doing a little bit better, and we've got 2 life on them. However, their swings are going to start to get a little bit nasty. I'm not going to protect my board at all. So, okay. They're happy to get rid of cards out of the hand. As I said, I'm not... that's a lie. I'll protect my board a little bit. We don't want these 2k attacks to get anything. You know, if we just fully protect the Zoro here, we probably have a good enough push for game, because we can use Otama. Brook gets us another swing. I like this. Let's protect the Zoro as hard as we can, so we can get the double swing. We'll get rid of... yeah, because he wants to keep Don available, but we should, and I'll do the math with everyone. Start on my next turn. We just lost a bunch of cards in hand. This is fine, right? Alright, let's sit down and let's do the math. So, 2 Don. Let's say both of these are radical beams, right? Which means if I get a 10k swing, that's still 2 cards out of hand. So 2 cards, and then the most you can get to is 10. So if I can get 3 10k swings, I am guaranteed to win. That sounds reasonable, right? Because Radical Beam +1 for the first 10k, Radical Beam +1 for the second 10k. But I can't do that. I can do 2 10ks and an 8k. So let's hope his hand is not optimal. If we go the 8k first with lead, right? Go the 8k first with lead. You know, or I could go 2 12ks with Zoro. I go 2 12ks. We've got Radical Beam 2-1, and then go Radical Beam 2-1, and then all that needs is 6. So that means we need to attach 7 Don. This should work. We can attach 7 Don, and we can still do that while playing something because we have the Brook. So there. That's 10, 11, 12. This will still give us enough to the thing. The only problem will be a red Hawk, but that means he won't have enough Dawn, which means I just have to play Nami and we'll be fine. I know that was probably a lot of math in my head, but this should be game. I don't see a world which they get out of it. They can Radical Beam, plus like Guard Point if they want, leaving them still 4 cards in the hand, but then the second 12k swing will still be very impactful. So we'll see what happens. Alright, we see the crossfire, which really sucks. Okay, yep, that's not ideal. But still at 8k swings, so we're still going to go for it again. Because 8k is still 2 cards out of hand, so 1 card, 2 cards. But they may have it. It may very well have it. But that's only if they have enough 2ks, because they need a 2k in hand. If they have a 2k in hand, well, I mean, yeah, no. If they have a 2k in hand, I don't think I have it. Well, I mean, I guess they also have to have no uncountable cards. It looks like they had at least 1 card in hand, which didn't have a counter, so we were able to get the win. Look, Lord's good. Let's go on to the next game. Alright, well, on to one of the cooler decks in Op03, which is Magellan. We will keep this hand. I think this is fine. Magellan doesn't really have too much early removal. Now, Magellan's really cool. I probably wouldn't run that stage, but Magellan has a couple of really cool pieces. It's got that new zebra that came out, which allows you to, which is like a banish. It has banish on it, and then when it's KO'd, it gives you a dot. So it's like, it's a lot of pressure in 1 card, which is going to enter there. I could theoretically play the Markano, helps my wide board, and when I do get to switching, it's pretty scary, but doesn't bother me too much. Ooh, next turn we can play a Nami and a Zoro. From Sadie, yep, and here's a Zebra. So Sadie is really good, because when you go first, you can play the Zebra. Now, it just means essentially I have to find myself a blocker, or I have to counter it, or I have to take a banish attack. So it's like, a couple options, and they all suck. We'll get the chopper. Now, I could play the chopper if I want. I could play chopper, play Markino, and then go for shambling next turn, which I kind of like the sound of. Because there we can Brook plus Otama or something next turn. So yeah, we'll swing 6, and then we'll play the 2 1-drops. Now that I don't know if that's right, like, because if they just attach, if they don't swing big, it's very easy for me to get out of the Minnow Zebra. If they do swing big, they don't have much of a turn, and they're just swinging 5. So I probably should have got the Zoro, because now I don't have like anything I really want to counter out, because that's our only shambles targets, and these are both 2Ks. But I think it is worth countering out. I think let's get rid of the Otama. We do definitely need to start like replaying Namis, because our hand sucks. We will take this one because it's not. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not banished, so we're happy to take it. Could attach a couple on Sadi here. Oop, they are playing the Uta. Alrighty. My chopper's probably going to get rested. It's not going to bother me. I'm happy for them to get an extra Don with me attacking into this Minnow Zebra, because it's hella annoying. So we've got 2 Don for Brook. Let's just play the Brook. 2 Don for Brook and Select Leader. And we will attack 7k here to my Minnow Zebra. I probably could have played Rush Throw and been a bit more aggressive, because then I could have restood the... that was a bit silly. That should have been a Rush Law. That's okay though. We'll do that, give Nami some plus power. Nami's going to swing 5 into lead. Nami should have swung 7 into lead. Look, this has been my finest game. Nami should have swung 7 into lead, because otherwise we're going to have use for the rest of our Don. But that's okay. Use the effect here, we'll pick up that, we'll play the Law. Law can't restand anything because I don't have any valid targets, nothing else can attack, so we'll just end turn. I really need to just think that a little bit further ahead when I'm playing. But hey, that's okay. That is okay. That is why we play these extra games. We're happy for Nami to go. This means we can actually do what I wanted to do last time, play forward, swing, restand with this. Actually, I'll probably just be restanding this. We do see a Magellan come down, so we have to lose one of our Don, which is fine. It's a-okay. We can lose 7k swing. Happy to lose a chopper here. I'm not happy to, but our thing is probably going to be, ooh, it's our turn and we have a Don. That's cool. More searches, we like searches. Now we just want, we like 7k swings here. 7k swings are good. Swing 7 into lead. 7k swings are bad. I just went on about, you know, thinking more ahead, being smarter. Now I don't have enough done to play the Zoro and Shambles in. But hey, it's okay. We'll play Markino. We'll give Nami some power. We'll swing with Nami. Yeah, and yeah, because it's the perfect match for Hell's Judgment. Means I can't even swing with this again because it's minus power for the turn. Woo! It's okay. This is still fine. Make it big. Swing 6. We'll be picking up Markino. Restanding Law just means they can't attack into Law again. They're taking the block. Don minusing 1, resting my Brook so I can't attack into Hannibal. We'll still attack into Hannibal. Just go screw you, Hannibal. No one likes you. Now, this is annoying because I have 100% screwed up. But even then, I kind of just want to attack into this Uta with this Zoro here. That will require me picking up this, but then I can just like go swing into that, swing that, swing that, include my board. So let's go the route of I would like my board to stay and do this. This is a really, honestly, This is the position I put myself in. I should have had an extra Rossoro on the field. Try a couple things. The hand is relatively dead. And we are getting to the point here of the game where I can start to apply pressure. I don't really care about the Nami. Don't really care about the Brook. They go. They know I have Marknos in hand, so they really wanted to get rid of that Nami. That's fine. As I said, don't really care about either of them. Really would like to see like a Bonnie or something along those lines. 7. Look, I'm just happy to take that. Not going to use the trigger, but Radical Beam is a very good card to have in hand. Alrighty. Let's... what can you rest? You can rest it cost 5 less. So one of these is not attacking. So we'll deploy, we'll neg the Uta, and then we will... I don't know why I attached the dog, but that's okay. We're going to attack 7. Into lead. Uta's going to block. It's going to die though, which is good. And then this Law's going to get arrested. Nope, they're going for another Hell's Judgment. That's interesting. I would have... No, I'm okay with this. Fine by me. Swing 7, and we're going to have to pay 3 for the Zoro, and pick up on the Lords to play the other Zoro, and then Leader can still theoretically attack into the side, because we prefer to keep Dadan inactive. Jokes on us, because we've got one. Okay, cool. So, Rush Zoro gets played. Swing 5 with Rush Zoro into lead. Then we're going to pick up the Law that's been negged to play this other Zoro, inactive. They're liking to stay on high life. Taking it. It's the other Zoro, and we're going to end turn. So we still have enough Don for Radical Beam left over. We only have 6 cards in hand, but these 6 cards do have a decent amount of counter power, which is always ideal. Now, they're probably going to use Sadi to swing into Dadan, because it's a free swing. Probably going to swing at 8k into my Restand Law. Yep. Don't have too much. Kind of okay using the Radical Beam to save it, because I've got a lot of pressure going next turn. So you know what, let's do this. So no blocks. We'll use the Radical Beam, take it up to 10. It's very rare that you get like the full value out of Radical Beam. So for me, 83k is like fine. They don't have any other attacks this turn. And this is kind of like a similar spot from last game where you have to like sacrifice your hand a lot. We do have 2 Marknos, which makes Otama a 6k swing if you need it. It's the same as Law, but I still think just getting that like extra swinging with Law is pretty crucial. So, what to do? What to do? Let's save it. Let's save the Law. We only got 3 cards in hand, which is annoying, but I mean, Sadi is probably going to swing into something. Just Dadan is what it is. It's fine. Not saying the Dadan. Not worth it. Oh, we get another Dadan, which is good. Okay. Now, pressure is the name of the game this turn. Right, 7k swings. Normally ideal, but we want to go for 5k swings. Early, we want to go for 8k swings. We want those Hell's Judgments to be way less effective. We don't want to commit too much Don to one, otherwise this free Law is not going to get as much value. We all want them to be relatively similar, so I want to make these ones essentially all 8k swings. So 8, so that'll be 2 Don, 2 Don, 3 Don, leaving me 7, so Markno. Okay, -3 and probably -3 on this one. Look, it makes the most sense. Okay, no cards in hand. This is where we go for clearing the board. We want them to have no board left, right? So just all we need is 1 Don here. Boom, gone. That was definitely the wrong Don to return. Doesn't matter. I have returned my 1 Don. That really makes me return 2 Don. Oh no, it does make you return 2 Don. That's fine. We get those 2 Don back. Okay. Now, we play the Dadan. Ooh, Chopper's really good here. Getting that block is going to be very valuable. Do I go for the Chopper blocker? Get the blocker. Let's get the blocker? No. No, let's just get the... Blocker's good for next time. We'll get the blocker. Alright. Get 3 Don to attach here. Gets rid of the Sardi. And then use the effect. Turn timer to hand. Play the restand. Restand 0. Get that 5k swing in. They have to take it. Alright. And then we end turn. And this next turn, it's going to be so much pressure. Because what? 1, 2, 3 of the 4 Hell's Judgments have already been played. So it's very unlikely they have another. Only got 2 cards in hand. And we have a lot of swings to come down. Very good chance this is going to be a big leader swing into something. And you don't have enough to save it. So Zoro will go. Now, we have Markano, Otama, and Chopper to play if need be. Which very much need be because we have the restand law. Alright. Once again, 7's the number. Look, 7's just the number. It's what's going to happen, so let's go for it. 7k lead. Now, this Minnow Koala is probably going to wait until later to block. You do get a Don back, but it's added rested, so it's not going to do anything. They're going to take it. Cool. We're going to go 7 with Lee first. They're out of Don completely, so we don't even have to worry about Hell's Judgment. This either gets rid of the 2 cards in hand or it gets rid of the blocker. Either way, it's fine. Cool, taking it. We'll go 7. Then we need 1 Don for whichever one of these I want to play. And then we can attach 3, so it'll be 9. And then we go for the dual attack. Because we've got the restand law. Very good. I mean, yeah. It doesn't have to be. They can't get out of 7k swing, so we'll go 7. We don't even need to play this, we can just attach the rest Don to the Don and win with an 8k swing. So, that is GG. We were able to beat a Magellan, which was the second game, first one being Whitebeard. Was quite a decently close game, but it just shows how much pressure Law can give out with your restand laws and your 3-drop Zoros, which is super duper valuable. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys will play Law in Op03, definitely one of my favorite decks for the format, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.